Difference is there.
Mr. Diwan, we've already dismissed an SLP against.
But that was, I'm instructed. That was at the on the basis that that particular person who came up was not a party writ petitioner and they were interveners. That was specifically raised. And your lordship is supposed to have made, I don't know, I wasn't there, but your lordship observed that told them that, look, you can file your writ petition, but don't trouble us over here as interveners. These are parties who are indeed writ petitioners before the High Court. So therefore, there's no question about that ground taking it. Now, please, may I just place the issue over here? I'll just indicate as to why we're here. The essential points, there are 2 or 3 points which we want to make. The first point is that the Department of the Commission hasn't followed its own rules. So I will be taking you to the rules and I'll explain as to why they did not and how they didn't follow the rules. So why they didn't follow the rules. Now, we are aspirants insofar as this particular assistant teacher position is concerned. We are hopeful that we should have been, had the rules been correctly applied, we would have been considered for the purposes of probably for the interview and for the purposes of consideration. Now, I'll just broadly tell your lordships what has happened over here. There are 2, 3 points. Would your lordship please take up the rules first, and your lordship will find those. Go directly to page annexure P1. It's at page 349. May I state the point?
Yes.
So there are 3 points essentially. The first point, I'll just state the points and then I'll take you to the rule. Point number 1 is that they are obliged under Rule 8.3b to project the number of vacancies. It's an obligation under the rule itself. And this has to be done on the date of publication of the examination or interview. It's our understanding, keep those documents with you. It's our understanding that they fell short according to their own documents by at least 5,000. So they should have, because there was a gap in that particular period, which I will explain to you, there was at least 5,000 additional seats which should have been shown. Sorry?
Elections of 2019.
Yeah, but it is now, the injunction was operating. The injunction was operating till it was vacated.
Recollect, my lord, we had submitted that for the first time, my lord, the 2016 batch, my lord, is being cleared by the High Court. From 16 till now, my lord, it has been mired in litigation. And, my lord, persons who, my lord, who are unsuccessful are now, my lord, saying that if you had published an advertisement in this fashion, then I would have...
You have to follow your rules. It's simple. It's simple. You must follow your rules. So I'll just go step by step. And there was an injunction operating in
5,000 more vacancies should have been advertised.
Yes. So I'll just state the point first. So that's one part which we say and which has not been appropriately and accurately, at least 5,000. It may have been more. My second respectful submission is going to be that insofar as migration is concerned into the general category on merit, because if you're a general category, if you're a reserve category candidate, but you are meritorious, you would be entitled to migrate into the general category. That was done contrary to their rules. Now, I'll just state why it was done contrary to the rules. The rules contemplate that there is a 10 mark, which is a mark which is to be given for the purposes of what is described over here as a personality test. So this, without that personality test being conducted, they allowed the migration, thereby reducing the number of seats which would have been available had the migration been done after the viva voce or whatever, the personality test. Yeah, the third is that the rules itself require that the ratio in which they have to call for final vacancies is for the interview is 1:1.4, which has been violated. Now, this is black letter law in the sense it's in their rules itself, and that's why all my submissions are based on their rules. So these are the 3 broad points which we want to canvass. Now, would you please go straight away to P1. So I'll just place that rule. There's just 2 rules or 2.5 rules.
2016 selection, we've already dismissed one SLP now. I think let's put a closure to this, Mr.
But then how there was an injunction which was operating before the division bench right through?
I think, this litigation on matters relating to recruitment of assistant teachers, at some point of time, we must also look at the broader public.
May I just tell you who I am? I am an aspirant. I am not for a moment saying. Now, if you are an aspirant and if they don't follow their own rules with regard to how to compute merit, how many people are with regard to vacancies, etc., then where is the question, Manoj? You follow your own rules. That's all I'm saying. That's my request.
We have already considered these very submissions in the earlier petition and we rejected the petition. We must follow our own order. Thank you, Mr. Diwangi.
Very well.
You can